I knew I'd been hitting the ball well lately, but obviously when you do get a couple of stars and then you miss out a couple of times, things start to play on your mind a little bit, and you wonder how good a form you're actually in. But um, I still had confidence in my game. I've been working hard on my technique and hard on just changing a couple of little things that I think can benefit me over a longer period. And luckily today they worked. It was the first time I'd really put them to the test in a game, and it was nice to get some runs.
Were they technical, mental?
More technical than anything. I just changed a couple of slight things that I think going down the track will benefit me. Probably maybe not right now, but I think in time I think it will.
And one thing about your innings is that you were sort of able to, those right in Davies slipstream just a little bit at the start and get settled in. But is that one of the things about the two of you? Like one guy can go off quickly, the other one can throttle back, and it doesn't have to be the same guy every inning.
Yeah, I think so, and I think that's what's really positive about having a left and right hand combination as well. At times, I get off to a decent start, and then Davey's job almost becomes to get off strike, and for me today that was exactly how it went. Davey was playing beautifully. I felt as though I was hitting the ball nicely, but I kept picking out the fielder a lot. I played a lot of dot balls throughout my innings, which was disappointing. I think that's one area I really need to improve on. But Davey was striking it nicely, so it was my job just to feed him the strike as much as I could when he really wanted to target somebody.
Morné Morkel's gone from man of the match to his worst one-day figures ever. What caused that? Like, what was, I suppose, their other paceman as well, the big difference?
I think when you go from one extreme to the other, you go from a fast, bouncy whacker wicket to a pretty slow and quite low Manica over wicket. I don't think it's easy to change, and I think the other day what happened is he got some early wickets and got his tail up, and we know how brutal he can be when he's on. But I thought today we sort of didn't go with a different plan, but I think it played out differently. We like Davey missed one down the leg side early that the other day flicked his glove, and that's cricket. That's how it works, and we know it's a great leveler. That when you're going well, small things can go against you and brings you back down to earth pretty quick. But it's not to say he didn't bowl well. Still, I thought his pace was up. He was still bowled well. I thought that the wicket probably didn't suit his type of bowling as much as what it did probably our top order.
Just with Steve, Smith missing first game, Glenn Maxwell missing tonight, like obviously the competition for spots in the batting order is pretty fierce. Can you sort of describe, I guess, the feeling amongst the batsmen about what they're sort of going to do to make sure you stay?
Oh, I mean, you have to take your opportunity when it's there, and Smithy played one of the great innings tonight. I thought the way that he come in from ball one and struck it into the gaps and ran hard and never allowed the bowlers to settle. He was moving around the crease and played a couple through his legs. I don't know how he does that, but he was super tonight, and I think that's really showing the class of the player. We've seen it in Test cricket for a little while now, and in one-day cricket it's starting to get better and better and probably more consistent. In terms of the mood in the group, it's a real positive when you have guys challenging for spots, because you know that's driving you to perform well, and if you don't perform, you're sitting on the pine. And I think nobody's safe in the side except the skipper. So when you have that kind of competition in the side, I think it's really quality, and the guys are still helping each other out. There's none of this. I'm trying to look after my own spot. It's just about helping the team win games of cricket for Australia and us becoming the best players that we can.
Aaron, just about Steve. Like he's got this. He seems to have an ability to sum up the conditions of a pitch, that can contrast wildly and sum up the best way to make runs on that pretty quickly. Is that something that even you guys are learning a bit from watching him do that?
Yeah, absolutely. The beauty about Steve is he's a great player of spin. So teams are a little bit reluctant to bowl that at the start of his innings because that does allow him to get away. At the same time, he's bats in the middle order in Test cricket and can play pace, medium pace, and so he's such a hard guy to tie down. I think he's a very similar type player to AB de Villiers, that you really struggle to bowl dot balls to them in a row. And through that middle part of the innings, if you got somebody who's constantly getting off strike or hitting boundaries, it's such a hard thing to defend against.
Just on AB, the 80 in the first game, first about the second game, they 50 off
see when you go up against a guy like him, when he's out there, you always think the game's under threat. With him and Amor out there tonight, you always think like, oh, well, earning the favouritism back, they still need 100 to win.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a world-class player, and in my opinion, I think he's right up there with the best one or two in the world at the moment. He's done it for such a long time in all formats of the game. He's probably the most consistent of the guys who are really brutal in that middle order. He's somebody who wins games from nowhere for his team, and that is something that you have to be careful of. And like I was saying about Smithy, that you don't really have much of a defence against him because he plays a short ball well, moves around and plays all the trick shots as well. So someone who is really hard to defend against. So I think you have to be as attacking as you can and try and get him out. If you just let him bat and work his way into the innings, you're doing that at your own peril, I think. But I thought while he was still in and they had two very experienced players in, it was touch and go there for a while, but luckily we got him.